So you guys obviously see the title. This is something I have been doing since the beginning of the year. Not exactly the beginning, like January, but I started, and I think, I want to say it was like April time, but I redid it for the earlier months, and I'm telling y'all, this is the one thing that has made me feel like I've been like getting my stuff together. Like I am together because of this. I'm going to show you guys how I've been tracking my expenses throughout this entire year. It has honestly helped me tremendously. I would have never thought I would have done this and liked doing this. It honestly is something that just helps me keep on track, helps me understand what I'm spending my money towards, and it also just makes me see like a holistic view of what I spend my money on. Where I've been tracking my expenses, I don't necessarily budget, but I do check like the change in the categories per month. Like I see how much I've spent on one month and then the other month, like, and I see how the change has been. So for now, this has been so good. So definitely stick around because I'm going to show you guys my entire template. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Joyce here at Joy of My Life. I do fashion, beauty, tech, vlogs, and all that beautiful stuff. So if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button down below. I mean, come on, let's go. Let's go. So today, like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys how I track my expenses, how I've been doing it this entire year. It definitely is more of a manual process. Let me just start there. And I know a lot of you are gonna be like, you can do this on an app. You can find an app and connect yourself to it and it'll do it for you. I get it, I know. And I have used Mint in the past. Like I've used some of the apps, so it's not like I've never used them. But I think this process for me personally, and we're not the same person, all right? Just remember that. Me personally, I really like doing it manually because I literally see everything I'm spending money on. And it's kind of daunting. I don't like looking at the statements. But it does help me, like I said, really see what I'm spending my money towards, what categories of items I am spending my money towards. So I'm going to show you guys how I've been doing it, and let's just get right into it. Okay, so I originally made this on Google Sheets, but basically I go month by month. So sometimes I decide to fill in like some of it like halfway through the month, and then the rest of it the end of the month. Sometimes I wait until the end of the month to do the entire thing. So it depends on the month, depends on how busy I am, all that, yeah. So what you're seeing right here is basically the summary page. This is the page that you literally see a whole overview of your entire year thus far. So this sheet definitely has all the formulas and everything, and it really pulls from each different month's sheet and just does like a sum here. So I have dummy numbers in here right now. Y'all are not seeing my exact numbers. I'm not gonna show y'all the one that I have. That's with everything of my information. Like, we're not doing that. People be pocket watching, so I'm not doing that. But I did decide for this example, I did take some of my exact expenses from one of the months. I don't think it's January though. I think it was like mid-year. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Here on the side, basically, it has a cute little graph. I mean, I'm in the corporate world, so I'm always using Excel. I'm always using graphs, so I had to do it for myself. I love a nice little view. But basically at the bottom, there is a sheet for each month, and then there's also a sheet per quarter. So if we go to the quarter one really quickly, you guys could see some of the stuff that I've already plugged in, which we're gonna go look at in January. But this is basically the sheet that I am able to see the percent change of how much am I spending, for example, in online shopping. Like, what is the percent change from January to February? I like seeing that and seeing what are my habits, what are they changing, what's going on here. This is definitely really good when I like catch if a subscription has gone up and I did not notice. So that's really good because technically I should have the same amount each month for a monthly subscription, right? So all my monthly subscriptions added up should be $54.82 each month, but if it's not, this is a great way to catch it pretty quickly. Going to 2023, this is like an update for my template. I'm looking at it now because I'm thinking about it, but I was thinking about this last month, yeah, when I was doing it. I want to kind of break up the online shopping, in-person shopping to even smaller categories, so like clothing, beauty, stuff like that. Like I want to see like how much am I spending on each of these things, makeup, skincare, like random stuff I find on Amazon, like, you know what I mean? Amazon, I feel like, should just have its own category. That's kind of crazy, but anywho. So when you go into January, basically there are a few columns here that I'm going to give you guys the lowdown of. So obviously date, the transaction, cost, and then category. Those are pretty self-explanatory. The transaction, me personally, I like to go through all my transactions and see what I've spent on each thing, but you could group them yourself, or, you know, do whatever if it's easier to you. I also have all these categories in a drop down, so basically when I put this transaction in, put the cost in, and then put the category, anytime I change that category, it's going to sum up in the category list on the right, which is in column F and G. So it's gonna sum up. That's all my formulas that I've done. It's really easy. It's really easy to like switch the categories. Like I could do it right now. If I were to switch like Amazon to online shopping to in-person shopping, it immediately takes it off of online shopping. So that's the quickest way to, like, honestly just change the categories. And I know with, you know, the apps and everything, like they are kind of automatically categorize it like for you, but sometimes they're pretty inaccurate. Like, wait a second, why is this going in here? I have to fix this myself. I shouldn't have to do that. So once again, I like this doing it manually. I think I just enjoy the process. Also, I love color coding. I'm a nerd with this stuff, so that's just why. But yeah, so if you just kind of quickly go through, basically I have a few, I kind of categorize it by color. So for example, the first group, the category group, you want to call it, I think is more shopping. So we have online shopping, we have tech and gaming. So anytime I buy a game, anytime I do something on Twitch, anytime I buy a device, or like stuff for my tech devices, or maybe even content creation stuff, like that is in that category. I also have gifts, which self-explanatory. If I'm buying someone a gift, that's going there. I'm not counting it in the shopping. I'm not counting it. It's separate. In-person shopping, obviously. Then I have entertainment. So that for me is kind of like activities, stuff that I'm doing maybe with my friends, going to, like, for example, like karaoke, something like that, or maybe getting tickets for a concert, like something like that. That would go in that category. Then beauty services, nails, hair, you know, any of those things that you do for like maintenance and everything, that's that category. Then I have subscriptions. So for me, I don't categorize these in like different, I guess, subcategories. I only do it based on monthly subscription and yearly subscription. So I do have a few yearly subscriptions, and I do like to keep track of those. And it's great to, like I said, it's a great bird's eye view when I see like everything, and I could go into the different quarters and see which months am I actually paying for like a yearly subscription. I kind of now have an idea of what months I'm gonna be hit with like let's just say like a bigger amount. Okay, so the next category is like, I guess, let's just say house, like home. So mortgage, rent, utilities, other house bills, professional services. So yeah, that's that. I think that's, like I said, pretty self-explanatory. Then the next one's kind of like medical. So medical, health and wellness. And then the next one is kind of like food. So I have these, but I don't use these. Coffee, alcohol, groceries, and then eating out. Eating out's usually my biggest one. I was thinking about switching it up and like, what's called, splitting it up into restaurants and takeout to really see how much I like eat, you know, taking out. Like, I really want to see that, but I don't know. I don't know if I really want to know that. I don't know, we'll see. But you could, you know, break that up, obviously. And then the next one is kind of like transportation, all of that. So car insurance, parking, gas, public transportation, Uber, Lyft, and then travel. So travel was a big one for me this year. You guys seen the vlogs, so you guys know I was traveling. So that was a big one for me this year, but I didn't care. I didn't care. That's one thing I will spend money on is travel. Like, book me a flight. I will pack my suitcase and I'm there. Yeah, I'm there. And then the last category is the content creation. So there's a few things that I bought this year that were strictly for social media or just for like equipment or something like that. That's what I bought, and that's where I would calculate it. I think going forward, like, you know, the more you make money, the more you're inclined to pay taxes as an influencer. So it's good to keep track of what you're spending for your influencer brand, your influencer business. And for me, like, I just want to get into that practice earlier and know what I've been spending. This month I got an emote for Twitch, my Twitch channel, so yeah, I counted that as that. Okay, the next thing is the, I guess, income streams, your investments, your savings. So I do keep track of this every month as well. So what am I bringing in? What am I putting into savings? What am I putting into investments? So for example, I had that you have a paycheck of $1,000 and then you put into your savings $100, but you could also list out like, what are you putting into your 401k, for example? What are you, maybe you got a brand deal, like what was the amount of the brand deal? That's what would be here. And then to follow that would also come back here to the summary. So that's how simple this is. Like I said, this has been a great template for me to kind of keep track of everything. I definitely felt like I was on top of all my expenses this year, especially because I did this. So quick shout out, one of the people that inspired me to start doing this was Natalie Barbu. I've followed her for a bit, and I think she started last year. I want to say she did her monthly budget videos. Like every month she would come on her YouTube channel and do a video like going over her budget, going over how much she spent in each category, and I thought it was really good to kind of just like know, like I said, like it was easier to know how much you're spending per month. Obviously she really didn't give us numbers. She gave some numbers, not crazy amount, and that's why I said like I didn't really want to do so much of my information like that. So that's why I did something similar to that. So yeah guys, if you are interested in this template, I will definitely share it down below. It will be in the description box. Going into 2023, we're gonna keep track of our expenses, we're gonna be budgeting, we're gonna be full-blown adults, y'all. We're gonna get our stuff together, period. So that's what I want for y'all. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below, have you guys ever tracked your expenses? Do you guys use apps like Mint? Let me know down in the comments below. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I had fun actually, really going through this. I might do some of these more in 2023. Let's see. But definitely leave a like if you liked it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see y'all tomorrow for the next and final day of 12 Days of Christmas. Bye y'all.